Ghostlight Part 1 starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
So I'm curious. Do you
Because
guys
do
even
this every time we do a Sylvester McCoy one, and I hate it so much.
Because he has the most explosive intro. It's beautiful.
It's so 80s. It's very 80s.
It's my favorite.
Actually, I kind of would love to see a title sequence which does the weird TARDIS in a sphere thing again.
I would like to see another title sequence where Sylvester McCoy winks at me, then smiles like a pedophile.
Even if it's not a McCoy story, I just want to see it again.
Ghostlight, by the best author ever.
Okay, well, I mean, I think Paul Cornell is the best author ever. Just so we're clear on that. But
Cough. Andrew Cartmel wouldn't let him do Lung Barrow. Cough.
Speaking of Lung Barrow,
well, I mean, not that he wouldn't let him do Lung Barrow. Lung Barrow was just too big for TV.
And apparently, someone on eBay decided, let's sell the quote-unquote scripts of Lung Barrow.
Bullshit.
No.
But they included a preview page with dialogue and everything. Okay, I love... Okay, this is probably the last... No, this is one of the last stories where the whole we're doing something in Victorian times actually felt not overused.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think Victorian stories were actually fairly rare in classic Who.
All I can think of,
especially in the 80s,
all I can think of was Talons and this.
Is Pyramids Edwardian?
Pyramids is Edwardian.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
What's horror? Is horror Victorian?
Nope, that's also Edwardian.
Okay. Huh.
I think. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty
also,
sure.
Also, this story is all about evolution. Like
whooshing! Sorry. Also, God, I just love the soundtrack to this story. Oh, so good.
It's one of the soundtracks that we actually have recordings of, too, which is great, because one thing that always gets me annoyed is that City of Death soundtrack does not exist. Like,
also, I just realized what a poor mistake I made in deciding to record this commentary at 12 in the afternoon. And I don't think this is a story I want to be watching, just only a few hours after I woke up.
Why is that?
Because it's Ghostlight.
Ghostlight's great.
Oh yeah, Ghostlight is great, but I mean, it's.
I mean, I like it, but it's not great. I don't think it's great.
I think it's great. I just don't think it's amazing.
I think it's. I'm being generous if I say it's good, because in actuality I'm kind of like, it's alright. It's not, unlike how I thought of it upon my first viewing of it, it's still not that good, but it's definitely not fucking bad. It isn't bad. I mean, I can sit down and watch it and be entertained.
You are wrong, Brian. Brian, you're forgetting. This is just... It's such a trippy story. Like, it's this amazing, weird, haunted house with secret night maids, old guy with hairy hands, and evolution.
Like, Jake, I don't know why I don't like it. It's just... Because I'm usually into trippy, convoluted things. Hell, Gary Russell is one of my favorite Big Finish writers.
Gary Russell is not trippy and convoluted.
He's talking about Zagreus.
Yeah, but convoluted maybe, but he's not trippy. No, he's just fan-wanky.
I think this is a really... Now, this was the last Doctor Who story produced.
Right.
Yeah. So...
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But Survival was right before this. They knew that was coming last in the season.
Yeah, they knew they... Well, because I think because they would basically do the... They do this stuff, and there's this really it's like there's this really good idea, like where we're just getting to it now, that this is part of the Doctor really testing Ace. Like this is probably one of the first stories since Remembrance that really does try to ramp up the Cartmel Master Plan stuff.
Like, I'd say Greatest Show is pretty master planning.
Yeah, but Greatest Show, this is Greatest Show. While the Doctor manipulates the villains into losing in Greatest Show, this is one of the ones where the Doctor knows what he's doing as soon as he arrives, and you can tell.
Well, weirdly enough, in seasons 24 and 25 and 26, I think. Weirdly enough, these are two of my favorite McCoy stories, but I think the only two that aren't very master planning are Happiness Patrol and Battlefield.
Yeah, I mean, Battlefield kind of does the whole Merlin hinting thing.
Yeah, but obviously it's not like Ben Aronovich actually had any plans to bring about Moldwitch eventually.
No, he didn't.
I talked to Andrew Cartmel while I was at one of the conventions, and he was like, well, basically the Cartmel master plan, in essence, was just to make the Doctor more mysterious, which I think Battlefield does.
I don't think he's quite sort of.
A little. It helps.
It's Cartmel master plan in the vaguest way. It's not like Aronovich's other work where he really is setting up things for the Doctor to really confront in the future, like in Remembrance or even in Transit. I'd say he's setting up Kadiatu.
Yeah.
Say what you want about the actual story itself. The set's really cool.
The set is great. This is probably one of my favorite Doctor Who sets.
Oh, actually, before we continue, one last comment on Battlefield. That Aronovich actually, like, he set up the whole Merlin arc, but he had nothing to do with it post Battlefield. That was all Nigel Robinson and Paul Cornell.
There's and Mark Platt even in the novelization of Battlefield.
Oh yeah. Have you ever read the novelization of Battlefield? It's amazing.
I have not. I should probably get myself a copy because I know they reprinted it and it's pretty easy to find.
He adds this amazing, like, almost 30-page prologue, if I remember correctly, of Morgan and everyone getting over to our universe, and Moldwitch is in it. It's really cool.
You know what I would like to do if I were to read the Virgin New Adventures and not drop off like I have the past couple times I've tried to start? Next time I want to read through all the Seventh Doctor Target novels and then go straight into Time Worm Genesis.
Well, that's what's great about the Target novels, is they do act as a pretty solid kind of prelude to the New Adventures.
Yeah, because I mean, Curse of Fenric's novel, I know, and Remembrance were both tests to see if this longer novel format would work.
Yeah, Remembrance especially, which is just a lovely novel. It does a great job of...
I have Remembrance. I read through Remembrance. It's a really good book. Oh,
yeah. Like, if it were an original Doctor Who story and, like, weren't just a novelization of a TV story, I think I'd... I don't know, even with it being just a novelization and adding more continuity onto it, it's still just really impressive as a book.
I'd say the book is probably better than the actual serial.
Oh, most definitely.
Also, the insanity of Red vs. Fen Cooper, this character. One, it's Michael Cochran, so it's obviously great.
Of course,
because he's great. But
has he been in anything I should know of?
I know he was a big part of Blake 7.
He wasn't in any other Who stories, was he?
I know he's done a lot of Big Finish. I don't think he did anything else on TV. Oh wait. No. No, I don't think he's been on anything else on TV. Oh no, wait, he was in Black Orchid.
Oh shit! Oh my god, he was!
It's Lord Cranley from Black
Oh
Orchid.
my god, it fucking is.
And you know what? I think in the Black Orchid commentary we mentioned this.
Yeah, oh my god.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that Jacob's first commentary has a link to his second one?
Yes.
What the fuck?
I was about to bring that up. Oh my god, that's insane.
I mean, it has 2 links because both stories were produced by the same guy.
Oh, really? Wait, yeah, John Nathan Turner.
So, yeah, he produced.
Oh yeah, he was also in No Man's Land, which we also talked about in one of the Hex discussions.
Yeah. He was. Yeah. He was that. He was the Colonel in the finale of the first series of Fourth Doctor Adventures.
Mm-hmm.
Was he in the Roof of the World?
He was the other guy in the Time Machine, the Last Destiny of the Doctor story. Okay.
He wasn't in the Roof of the World.
Okay.
Oh, he did the audiobook of Black Orchid. He read that.
And the War Machines, which is.
I didn't realize he was as connected to the Doctor Who universe within a couple of roles. Huh.
He's done stuff.
Yeah, that's
well. Really, sounds like we need to find someone who can do a good impression of him for Sands of Time.
Why?
Oh, right, because he appears.
Oh, the dude. Wait, what? Oh, from Black Orchid?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Because Sands of Time is our good friend, Mr. Justin Richards.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah. Channeling Gary Russell.
Oh, wow. Ugh. Oh, Nimrod, yes. Forgot all about Nimrod. Love Nimrod.
AKA a Neanderthal in a suit.
Which gives me a perfect opportunity to bring up the Doctor Who novel adaptation hosted on the Joey Morgan YouTube channel. Nimrod is a Neanderthal, and much like the character of Enkidu in Doctor Who Genesis.
That's not on your channel though. That's on
mine.
But
it's still a novel adaptation. Okay.
Are you really gonna have this argument, you two? And
Enkidu was played by the wonderful Corey Williams, who is in plenty of novel adaptations now, and also helps us cast them. So yeah,
he's great.
And also, Brian, I edited a solid half of Genesis. Okay.
That is not true. You edited a solid half of the last episode.
I did all the dialogue stitching for everything from scene 5 onwards.
Oh yes, you did.
Yeah, shit. Did you forget that I was the whole that I was the first half of the entire editing process?
Yes.
I forgot about that. Fuck, you're right. Shit.
Oh god.
I'm retarded.
You're retarded? How many re's are we talking about here?
All of the re's.
At least 5.
So, yeah, Joey, you inspired me to go onto Amazon and order a copy of Battlefield. And
it's such a good. It's probably one of my favorite Target novels.
And The Curse of Fenric.
Of all the ones I've read, I'd say my favorites are the John P. O'Delix Master Plan ones. Cave Monsters. Cave Monsters is wonderful. Love the Three Doctors and Battlefield.
Yeah. I really like Ian Marter's adaptation of The Invasion.
I have the Earthshock novelization. I need to read that.
I might start collecting Targets here and there when I find them for cheap, because you can find Target novels for really cheap.
Oh, they're ridiculously cheap. Yeah.
I like Ian Marter because it's just really fucking easy to read.
Oh yeah, he's a lot like Terrence Dicks in that respect.
But you pick up one of his books and 5 minutes later you're 50 pages in. You're like, oh shit, how did that happen?
Or if you're me, 5 minutes later you're done.
Fuck off, Jacob.
Okay, I love this Lovecraftian horror bit here. There's like you just see the light. You don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you have the whole Ace and Gwendolyn cross-dressing.
Yeah,
is,
I was actually about to bring that up. I really like that costume on Ace for some reason.
It's good. It's good. I love the woman who plays Gwendolyn. I'm very sad she hasn't appeared in anything else for Doctor Who. Like, she's great. Ian Hogg as Josiah Smith is great. He's been in some stuff. He was in, for Big Finish, he was in one of Joey's absolute favorites, with sarcasm, The Sandman.
Fuck the Sandman.
He was in one of my genuine favorites, which is a Seventh Doctor story that you guys haven't listened to, Protect and Survive, which is really good.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to listening to that.
I've been meaning to listen to that one, mostly because Stu Bagfull hyped it up.
It's good. Also, I love the spaceship set here. Like,
I was actually going to bring that up. I'm actually not a huge fan of the spaceship set.
Compared to other classic Who spaceships,
yeah,
this isn't that bad.
I don't know. I don't know. For a story where like I've praised the set so much and then the production just works so well, when we get to these spaceship scenes, I'm just like, it could look better.
I love how it's like you. This is very much. There's also that sort of educational thing, like of the Doctor trying to explain stuff.
The Doctor often does this.
Yes. Or also, like, explain, like, the history of evolution to Ace.
Mm.
Also, you have Josiah Smith just being, like, just throwing all the shade. Because...
Actually, you know what I just realized?
What?
A lot of Doctor Who companions are really fucking stupid. Because you have the Doctor... Because it's sort of meant to be a kids show and you need that educational aspect. They ask about things they should already know about. And you're just like, why?
You know, I could believe Ace not necessarily understanding the history of the theory of evolution.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Also...
She did grow up in the mid-'80s in the British education system, and also she was stranded on Ice World for a while. I mean, it makes enough sense.
Also, we're getting close to the absolute cluster that is this episode's ending, which I love.
Oh, this fucking cliffhanger! Oh my! Well, I mean, we're not there yet, but
yeah, but you have this. This scene is probably one of Sophie Aldred's best.
Oh yeah, she's
like, you fucking bastard. like he.
This is a good scene. I like this scene. Just out of context, this scene is really fucking cool.
This is we all of the universe have our own terrorists to face, but I have like to face.
How old is Ace meant to be?
About 18 when she starts traveling with the Doctor. 18, 19, 20-ish, around there. So probably about 20, 21 at this time.
Yeah, there's pretty much a year or two on TV that we see.
Okay. So she'd be around 20 right now.
Yeah, about.
Yeah. Because then the first VNAs happen, that's about a year, and then it's 3 years.
And then when she leaves, there's a 3-year gap.
Yeah, for her.
So, figure she's about 24, 25-ish when she comes back and becomes New Ace.
Yeah.
And then how old is she when she just fucks off to Gallifrey?
Probably about another... Well, I mean...
We don't know, because...
Well, Gallifrey, it gets a bit tricky then, because you have to... Well, because you have to take into account her first exit in set piece. Or I guess at that point, her second exit in set piece. I guess there's about another year when she comes back with New Ace, another year or two. Putting in her late 20s when she leaves in set piece. So then you have the Mind Wipe and Melon Hex travels. That's got to be like 3-4 years. Probably about mid-30s when she goes off to Gallifrey then, if I were to guess.
And this episode you have the song, which is on the nose.
I like how the subtitles just have sharp
Well, no, because it's foreshadowing what happens to Ernest Matthews.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, let's be honest, the character is a bastard, but he doesn't deserve his face. His fate? Like,
I was like, face, what the fuck are you talking about?
yeah, see, this is where we get Manisha's backstory,
Indeed.
which is very important for Ace's character going forward.
Who's Manisha again?
Bloodied. Manisha is just an old friend.
Who got killed by a bunch of racists.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool, I guess.
And then when Ace gets to the alternate dimension in Bloodheat, she sees a Manisha that wasn't firebombed.
Hell yeah! That must make for some dramatic character stuff.
Oh, yeah, well, in Revelation, there's some dramatic character stuff with Manisha.
Yeah. But no spoilers over here though, because we're gonna be adapting. We're gonna be releasing the adaptation of Revelation soon.
Does Bloodheat happen in the Inferno dimension?
No.
No.
Then what's the fucking point?
Bloodheat happens in a dimension where the Doctor died at Winley Moor in Doctor Who and the Silurians.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But the Brigadier thinks, well, I don't want to spoil that.
Well, man, it's no big deal. The Brig thinks that the Seventh Doctor, like that the Doctor survived and just regenerated, and then he like kind of yeeted away because he didn't want to deal with the Silurians. So the Brig kind of hates him for that.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Also, I love the Doctor just being proposed to. I'm not interested in money. How much? It's also like, yeah, please kill the Queen Victoria.
Oh no, it's this cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I like this cliffhanger.
But Jacob,
I just
Jacob,
can't wait. I just
the
can't wait for
monsters
the
look
second
so
cliffhanger.
shit.
I can't wait for the second cliffhanger because it brings up one of my favorite meme pictures of McCoy next to Ace.
Why is it dark now?
Because it's
because
dark.
they realized it looked shit before.
Who
That
directed this
explains it.
one?
I don't know, someone good.
Oh, it's such shit. It's so shit. And why are they saying Ratkin?
Because they think Ace is control. Okay, I will be honest. Can they not do the zoom-ins on the characters' faces for cliffhangers? Like, that is such an 80s thing to do.
Well, I mean, not like they have many episodes left to not do it.
Yeah, they've literally got 2.
The only time the zoom in
No, I was talking about the show as a whole.
Yeah,
The
they've
only
only got 2 because this was the last story produced.
Oh, yeah.
The only time that the zoom in actually works is in Remembrance, where the Dalek is closing in on the Doctor, because you have the Dalek's viewpoint,
The Daleks!
which is it getting closer to the Doctor.
Who directed this thing?
I'm gonna fucking smack you.
Who directed this?
I can't know.
Alan Waring.
Okay, that's the end of part 1. Ghostlight Part 2, starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
And here comes the narrate.
Daleks! Sorry, go on.
I'm gonna fucking smack you.
You'll smack him?
Yes.
Just like Sean Connery smacks his women.
Okay.
That got dark.
No,
I
he
guess
said
I-
that. He legitimately said that in an interview I saw. is this woman asking if he condoned smacking women, and he goes, "Well, I think in certain situations it is necessary." And I'm like, okay, you mean like in that situation, in the like in the bedroom situation. And the woman goes, "What type of situations are you talking about?" And Sean Connery, the man that he is, just goes, "Well, when they need putting in their place, when they won't stop asking questions, when they keep talking when they shouldn't." And I
God
was just
damn it,
like,
Connery.
ooh.
Fucking Sean Connery, I love him.
Here's Bond. James Bond.
Schmack.
Edge.
So that was the thing.
I love this scene. I love just this reveal. Like you have the butterflies, and then suddenly police officer in the bottom drawer.
The
Doctor's just, you see Sylvester McCoy's face, he's just like, this bitch crazy.
The feel is very Chimes of Midnight.
Yeah. Well, Java is obviously an allegory for death. Going to Java.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. God, you're a fucking nerd.
Again, this isn't that hard of a story to understand. It's just trippy.
Oh my god, those costumes are so shit.
I like what they're going for.
Jacob, stop trying to defend it. If something looks shit, it looks shit.
Michael Grade just like, yep, this is an outdated show.
While refusing to give it more money. Like, no, like, that's the thing about Doctor Who. The money didn't change at all. Like, it had the same budget when it started in 1963 and when it finished in 1989.
Even though during the 60s and 70s it was one of the biggest money makers on television?
Yeah, they never got a raise.
Why?
Because...
Why is the BBC such shit?
And now now they've pretty much said we're extending to season 15. Because, yeah, we're going to get at least a 15 series of the revived show.
Okay.
Because, you know.
So wait, are they saying there isn't going to be any more after the 15th series?
No, that's just how much they've renewed it for currently. Because trade deals with China.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
China has rights to... There's a certain station in China that has rights to broadcast the show until season 15. Meaning, there's going to be a series 15.
Oh, that's weird.
And they haven't renewed it for anything beyond 15?
Yeah.
Could they stop them?
I don't know.
I don't know. Is it just me that's like just kind of sick of like new Doctor Who?
What do you mean by that? Do you mean like from the
I'm
franchise
just kind of
as a whole, or
I'm just sick of kind of like the constant media output of it.
Ooh, this is a discussion I actually like talking about. So,
like I don't like even like the new show, and like it's not anything to do with like the state of the show. Like even like I would like to have it end like at the end of a certain Doctor era, like actually end the fucking show. Same goes for Big Finish even. Like I love Big Finish, don't get me wrong, but like it's a bit much.
Well, here. I think I've discussed this on video before, but if I haven't, here's my general rundown of Doctor Who burnout with Big Finish. You see, Big Finish has had the same writers writing for them for years, and each year they put out more and more and more and more content, which they don't need to do. So there is so much Doctor Who content. You've got the writers writing so many stories a year without introducing any new writers to the mix. It
Only now we're starting to get new writers.
Of course, people are going to run out of ideas. And Jacob, yeah, we're getting new writers, correct. But it's happening very slowly. Like Matt Fitton, Dorney, Briggs, probably Guy Adams. Are you surprised that their stuff has dropped in quality?
I think John Dorney has stayed at a pretty consistent quality, but other than that, I mean, everyone else is pretty hit or miss.
Like, they've been doing this for years, and they do so much of it that it's like, how can you even keep up? Like, you must not sleep.
Yeah.
Well, it also is the problem of things being recorded years in advance. Like, all the Tom Baker stuff has been recorded years in advance.
I don't know. I'm not burnt out or anything. I just think, like, even if we just take, like, a year off, don't release any new Doctor Who, like, media, release new merchandise. I don't care about, like, shirts and shit like that. But, like, just put a stop on media for just a year. Like, I always personally like when the new show takes a year break. I'm enjoying this year so far. I just focus on expanded universe stuff, rewatch a TV story occasionally. It's nice, and I like to slow down like that. It just feels like there's so much to keep up with, and it gets a bit taxing, to be honest.
I can agree with that. Like,
well, for me, it's just,
it also feels like a year break gives, like, on the TV show, will give the writers enough time to, to actually write decent stories, because, let's be honest, as a show, Doctor Who's already at a disadvantage with, like, generally 13 45-minute episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Stephen Moffat is a good writer. But
and once he had that year off in 2016, Series 10 was one of the best series of the new show.
Yeah, like, it'll be interesting to see what Series 12 brings, because Chibnall has had some time off.
Mm-hmm.
And also kind of has to pull out the stops now that the hype has died down about first female Doctor.
Yeah. But God, I hate the Doctor Who social media. Oh my God,
that baby doctors thing,
and everything else. Oh my God, like, you just, it's so fucking annoying. It's so #quirky, #relatable, #Wednesday wisdom with Clara Oswald. Insert random quote that nobody remembers.
It's weird. Doctor Who they've tried to make Doctor Who become, look how quirky we are, and I'm like,
yeah. Also, I'd like to speak out for a quick second, because I think this is the first thing I've recorded with friends. That's just been like a casual discussion since this happened, about the Jadoon coming back in Series 12. I put out a tweet that said something like, I was like, oh well, my interest is peaked, and
I'm sorry, I have to make note of fucking cum shot man over here.
The point is that he is decaying, and it's great.
It looks really good, actually.
He looks like he has cum shots on his face.
Fuck you. But I put out a tweet when that Jadoon thing was announced, and it said like, "Oh, my interest has peaked," And then I put like a tweet under it to clarify. I was like, to clarify, I'm not saying, "OMG, Series 12 is going to be the best thing ever," but I'm certainly immediately more interested than I was for Series 11 because
Well,
the only marketing for Series 11 was look at the new stuff and the female doctor.
I thought you only had to do that because some asshole retweeted that tweet, and you were like, "Oh my god, it's gonna be the worst thing ever." People,
Oh no!
people who are excited for this are the bane of my existence.
No! I put up the tweet to clarify before that happened actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not even kidding. I put that up. I was like, and just to clarify, because I knew what I was immediately going to get just by saying like, "Oh, I'm interested in this. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of cool." And I'm not
The
excited.
Jadoon are an interesting concept.
Yeah. And so it'll be interesting to see them back. But then someone immediately jumped down my throat and was like, "Yeah, but it's not gonna matter anyway. It's still gonna be shit. And who gives a fuck about the Jadoon anyway?" I'm like, okay, well, I didn't say I gave a shit about the Jadoon, but I'm certainly more interested that they chose them to bring back. And it's
Which,
kind
let's
of
be
fascinating.
honest, considering the Jadoon really only appeared in a big way in one episode back in 2007, that they were much more standard villains. You could do stuff with them. Big Finish has done stuff with them.
Yeah. Oh, Jadoon in Chains. I love Jadoon in Chains, and I actually just recently listened to the new 10th Doctor volume, which had a Jadoon story on it, which was kind of all right. It was pretty cool.
But that acts as a perfect segue back to our previous talk about Big Finish. See, the new stuff that Big Finish is pumping out is just not worth it. There's like the occasional pretty decent story out there, but nothing's really been great like it even was a couple years ago. Like
this. Okay, quick side note: this drawer is not long enough to fit the dead officer in there.
It's not, no.
Sorry, go on, Brian.
It's obvious that the writers have become strained. Is all
Wait,
I'm saying.
why is me talking about Ghostlight a side note in a Ghostlight commentary? God damn it.
I love this scene because you have this, like, there's this really good idea of that at night everything goes crazy, but during the day it's totally fine.
I also love the look of it. I love the stark contrast compared to the look of the rest of the story.
This is the bit where the story slows down, though.
Nah.
This was the bit in the story where even on my second watch, I was like, I could be writing right now. Could be writing my own thing. And it would probably be more coherent.
This is a really important part of the story because you really get to see what's going on. Like, I'll even say this episode should be This is one of those Doctor Who stories that should be 4 parts long.
I think it's just.
I don't think I could subject myself to 4 parts of this. 3 is quite enough, thank you.
Well, I don't think it needs a 4th part, but I wouldn't say that having a 4th part would be torture.
I mean, at the
love
same
the
time, having a 4th part might be better
like...
because it would have a chance to breathe, though. Because one of the issues I came across on my first watch of this is they're just spouting so much stuff at you all at once that you're kind of confused by it all. And that's why I didn't like it when I first watched it.
I mean, realistically, it's just something that happens with a lot of Platt's work. He just kind of like has so many ideas, and like it's enough to fill up an entire story, but just enough.
He's like shitting and vomiting into your mouth at once, and it's like, come on, just choose one.
I disagree with that sentiment. I think like he is good at staying on topic with one idea, but he keeps adding stuff to that idea, and there's not enough time to fully take it in. And I love Mark Platt, but Time's Crucible isn't the most impressive new adventure. it gets a bit. I think at that point Platt was known as the guy who wrote the really confusing McCoy story, so he made Times Crucible especially trippy.
I mean, he definitely got better as he wrote more, though.
I'd say he still runs into the same problem a lot with Big Finish.
I mean, okay, well, talking about his two most, like, famous stories because they have Cybermen in them, other than Lung Barrow. Sorry, Jacob. Silver Turk and Spare Parts. I really, really like Spare Parts. Silver Turk, not so much, but I think Silver Turk is more due to the setting and the gimmick it uses with the eyes.
Here's what you're wrong about, though. It's that um,
But they're
Silver
like
Turk is better than Spare Parts.
they're more well paced than this is. It's like it has room to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
he's obviously he obviously refined his info dumps so that they work a bit more smoothly. I do think this story probably does suffer from the fact that it was initially meant to be something else, though.
Yeah, I would kind of agree. Lung Barrow, being a very doctor heavy story, and then kind of flipping that on its head and being like, oh yeah, but what if it was all about his companion? Um, I agree with that, but I think Mark Platt adapted it pretty well.
Jacob, you've been silent for a while. Okay, Jacob just doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, he muted himself. Shit. I just noticed.
Sorry.
Why did you mute yourself?
Reasons
Oh, okay.
involving certain people who we will not discuss.
Oh. Okay then.
Yeah. No. You have Michael Cochran in the straitjacket
Just smiling at a Neanderthal.
because he is insane.
Oh yeah, Mark Platt wrote Lugaroo, didn't he? Oh god.
I
What?
like Lugaroo.
You don't like Lugaroo?
I don't. Oh my god, it's fucking no.
Lugaroo is great.
I
I
wish I had.
love
I
Lugaroo.
wish I had Ark on this commentary right now. We would fucking destroy you both. Jacob, stop the buzzing. It's really loud.
What buzzing?
It's definitely coming from you.
It's probably just an air conditioner in the background.
Oh, Valhalla is good. He wrote Valhalla. Okay.
I mean, I don't think Mark Platt's written one script that I haven't liked.
Which
Which
is?
The Skull of Sobek.
Oh yeah, Skull of Sobek is really shit.
I have not experienced that one.
Good. Don't.
Okay then.
It's an Eighth Doctor one. It's not bad. It's not the worst.
And it's also not important to anything ever, so it's highly skippable. And if you can skip it, I recommend skipping it.
Is it a Lucy story?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well then no wonder it's shit.
You are wrong.
Take that back, you motherfucker.
Never. Oh, Paper Cuts is good. I like Paper Cuts. He wrote Paper Cuts.
It's almost like, because Mark Platt only writes 1 or 2 stories a year for Big Finish.
Mm.
There's a reason his is almost always good.
Oh, Planet of the Rani I like. Although I do think I like the Rani Elite better.
Did he write both of those?
No. Rani Elite was by Justin Richards.
Oh. And that's the last one I still have to get on CD for the Salty Perry trilogy. Oh no!
He's now a monkey!
He's wearing blackface.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He wrote the Phoenicians. That one's excellent. And the Doctor's Tale. And Frostfire, all good stories.
All good stories. He wrote a couple companion chronicles other than...
He did. It's quite. Oh, Quintus is good. Oh, Quintus could be
I
better.
like Quintus.
Quintus is all right. It just could be better. The beginning I love. Love the beginning. Um, yeah. Oh, Jacob. Without talking about too much on the commentary openly, I just heard back
from this episode very much.
Hang on. I just heard back from that person who forgot to send in those couple pages of lines, Jacob.
Yeah.
And they said they're pretty sure they recorded it. They just need to send them in yet.
Oh, good.
Sorry, go on, Brian.
The end of this episode feels a lot like a Goosebumps episode I watched when I was little for some reason.
Okay.
I can't remember which episode, but I don't know. It reminds me of Goosebumps.
Hey, you know what's weird? You know what is a costume I wish Ace wore more, just in general? The one from the very beginning of this story, when they first get out of the TARDIS.
Yeah, that's...
I don't know why. I always just like that look. I don't know why. It's weird.
Oh, I thought...
Mark Platt also wrote The Beginning.
I just talked about the beginning, Jacob.
Did you?
The beginnings.
Hey, you shut your dirty mouth.
He wrote the two Unbound First Doctor stories.
I have not heard those.
Well, the first they both referenced Lungbarrow quite a bit.
Hot.
They include a character from Lungbarrow in them. So anyone who tries to argue Lungbarrow is canon, because Big Finish acknowledges it.
And looms are canon.
Well, if Lungbarrow is canon, then looms must be canon.
Just clarifying that.
The novels are canon because Big Finish did novel adaptations.
Yeah, this is true.
But it's only the ones that they adapted that are canon. I have heard that argument so many times, and I hate it.
Oh, that's gay. Then how do you explain? See, but if it's the ones that they adapted that are canon, then how does Ace come back between Highest Science and Theater of War adaptations?
Yeah, I know.
Like explain that shit.
Also, Control is such a fun character.
Oh god! Wait, it's coming! It's coming!
Oh, that was bad.
My favorite shot is coming because it's a meme.
Also, Light. Yeah. Okay, I will say the design of Light.
Oh wait, no, the next part. Shit! God.
What were they thinking?
The design of the Light. Oh yeah. No, he's a golden spectral bitch. Like, what else do you want?
Spectral bitch.
I don't know.
He also sounds like really fucking gay.
You're really fucking gay.
Like almost Menoptera levels of bad. That's what.
No.
I didn't say he was. I said he almost.
No. Oh no, that's not what I was disputing. I think the Light it sounds worse than the Menoptera.
Oh really?
I just love the Menoptera. So I mean,
you do.
It's just that. It's the same thing. It's just the sing-songy.
Ghostlight Part 3 starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
And cue the ear rape. Wait, theme Doctor Who was the subtitle.
I love it. Theme end parentheses Doctor Who.
No, it was theme end parenthesis, beginning parenthesis Doctor Who.
No closing parentheses at the end. No, so I just figured out Light is technically an Eternal.
Oh, shit.
So this is technically a story with the Eternals.
Which are sort of like an offshoot of the Great Old Ones.
Yeah, which, yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
So I think I know what our next commentary has to be, Brian. Enlightenment.
Enlightenment by the great Barbara Clegg.
Yes.
Why is it at the top of the screen now?
Wait, no, I think that was just because it was saying part 3. Yeah.
Oh.
Because it had other words at the bottom. Fool.
Yeah. So if you don't know, we're watching. This is through BritBox, and the subtitles are on.
Everyone knows at this point.
Yeah. These subtitles are fucking weird.
We have like 15 consistent people that watch these commentaries. Everyone knows what the situation is at this point.
Yeah, but you could get a new viewer. You just got 100 subscribers,
Fine.
didn't you?
No, I'm still 4 subs away at the time of recording this.
Who's the guy who I love with the spider picture? I wish I could pronounce his name, like online name. It's either Mesothele or
that guy. I know who you're talking about.
Or Mesothle.
He's lovely. I know he's
such a nice guy.
Seriously, he is. Yeah. Shout out to that guy whose name I can't pronounce.
Yeah. Watch him be someone we know, and we're just not realizing it.
Oh, that would be embarrassing.
Well, do you remember that time I made the one video thanking everyone, who supported and asked questions about Exodus and everything?
Yeah.
And I didn't realize the one person asking the question whose name I couldn't pronounce was Mr. Thick.
Yeah.
And I just seemed like a fucking idiot. I mean, I am a fucking idiot, but still.
We should do that after Revelation is done. Do another Q&A.
I'd like to, because I think,
especially because we're moving on.
Because I think I've gained a lot of subscribers since I did Exodus. I think I was at like getting to 70 at that time, so almost at 100 now. It's really cool. I'll definitely be over 100 by the time Revelation's done.
Yeet. When's the trailer for that coming out?
The trailer for Revelation is coming out June 15th.
I've got a video coming out that day. Can't remember what it is.
Well, I mean,
I know what it. I know that it's not your option lock review, which you have been solely not producing.
I'm getting through it. Summer break started. I'm reading it again.
Ooh, yeah. I wanna. So I'm gonna be starting that summer, different reading sort of project for Doctor Who books. I'll be reading the Glamour Chronicles books for one for each month of summer. So yeah.
I don't know how the new series adventures are. I've never read any of them.
Well, the reason I'm doing it is because last year around this time, it was like mid to late summer, I read Prisoner of the Daleks, and that was pretty good. And that was a 10th Doctor book. So I'm excited to read it, to read a couple other ones, especially because Bernice is in the second one. So
yeah, it's like, but it's got Benny in it.
Here it is. It's coming. We all know the stance. Here it is.
Oh, it's this one.
It's this one. Yes.
Yes. Why does he do that? That's so fucking weird.
And this, my dear Sophie, is how I'm going to fist that tight little ass of yours.
Holy shit.
That's the meme. Did you ever see that, Brian?
I just shoved an ice cube into a water bottle.
What the Brian?
Yes, I forgot about that.
Because I came up with a response. I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember either. I forgot that.
Did I miss something? Did I miss several things?
Okay. We can't just let that go unexplained.
Alright, you explain it.
Alright. So it was one night after I had been really pissed off at someone, and I was sort of being a bitch to them over a group
chat. You were
chat.
like ranting and being a cunt over one of our group chats. And I just had to
No. It was the night when I was talking to Kieran and giving him the hint that I was fucking pissed at him, and he just wasn't picking up on it. And you were just sitting in another group chat, but also watching this, and you were just laughing your ass off as I was sort of just being a bastard in another group chat. And eventually you just said, I shoved an ice cube into a water bottle.
Hey, I actually did that day, and I was just kind of doing it just to kind of be a bastard because I knew you were really pissed.
I came up with a fucking... I can't remember if it was just something like good for you or...
It was something like that.
Oh, it was, I'm glad you feel you've accomplished something. That was it.
And so then you made the meme of that McCoy picture with him.
I didn't make that meme. That was someone else. I think M made that. But yeah, someone made a meme of that scene where McCoy has got his fist out and Sophie Aldred's behind him,
looking really confused.
And both our faces are pasted over the thing. Over it, yeah.
And so McCoy is saying, "I just shoved an ice cube into a water bottle," and Ace is saying, "I'm glad you feel you've accomplished something."
Because Brian didn't. Siren wailing. Okay, this is a great shot.
Oh God. I just realized.
I could be editing Trial of the Virus right now. What the fuck?
Guys, it has
Why
been...
do I have an error message on AC adapter warning?
Guys, it has been over 2 years since Juan and the Pyramids of Cheese.
No, we're not explaining any more in-jokes.
No. I'm just looking through old pictures, and it was from April of 2017. It has been over 2 years. But my point is, I'm trying to find that picture with the water bottle.
With the water bottle.
With the water bottle.
You better show it on screen.
If I can find it, sure.
It's like...
I'm sure it's probably in the gallery. The shared gallery?
What the... I just wish I could remember like when it was made.
Yeah, that had to be... Well, that had to be last fall, I think. Or around then.
I don't know. I'll try to find it
Control
later.
just fucking shoves Ace out of the way. Jesus fucking Christ. That was really bad, but also really creepy. How he said that line. You just hold a mutilated arm out and go, I wanted to see how it worked, so I dismantled it.
I mean, much of this story is really fucking creepy.
Yeah, but it's creepy just because it's fucking weird. So...
I mean, isn't that a lot of creepy things?
Story-wise, it's weird. Like...
Brian, have you listened to the Scream of Ghosts yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. You're in for a disappointment.
Am I really?
I mean, I'm only halfway done with it, but it is, it's something.
Oh, yay. So you telling me it could end up replacing The Conquest as afar as my least favorite Third Doctor adventure?
I mean, I've not heard Conquest of Far, so I can't compare it, but
Conquest of Far
it's
is
like here's the thing. Scream of Ghosts isn't necessarily bad. It's just an absolute chore to get through.
What were you gonna say about Conquest of Far, Jacob?
Conquest of Far has so much potential.
It's like if you took Day of the Daleks and then removed every interesting aspect of it, and also set it on an alien planet.
Also, remember we're doing a riff on the original Dalek story because Nick Briggs loves Planet of the Daleks.
Yeah.
I love how Ace is just like messing up that Pygmalion quote.
Oh, also, I really liked Daisy Ashford as Liz. She was excellent.
Yes, she was.
I would really like to hear more stories with her as Liz, because, yeah, she was...
They probably will do more with her because people liked her.
And also, John Colshaw as the Brig was uncanny. He was wonderful.
I haven't listened to them yet.
Actually,
What? Okay, no, don't even, Brian.
It
Don't
took
even.
me about 20 minutes to like get used to Colshaw's Brig, though.
Nah. His impression was spot on from the beginning for me.
I mean, it's a good impression. Don't get me wrong. It is definitely not Nick Courtney. Is all I'm saying.
No, I was pretty convinced.
It's
I
like,
wasn't.
no, it's Nick Courtney.
It pretty much is. The only thing that sucks is I know that they won't be able to use him much because of the Lincoln estate.
Yeah, I don't like that
The
aspect.
Lincoln estate?
Henry Lincoln, one of the co-writers of Web of Fear, because they own the rights to the Brig.
I thought Candy Jar owned the license to Brig.
Yeah, the Lincoln estate is part of the Candy Jar.
Yeah. And I think the only reason they were able to use the Brig so freely beforehand was because he was played by the original actor. Is that correct?
No, it was because the Candy Jar estate didn't change their terms of their contract. They decided, no, now you have to make sure you credit us, and we get to pull the plug if we don't like it. Like, it's one of those.
Well, at least now we know all the Big Finish stories featuring the Brigadier have to fall in line with the Lethbridge Stewart book timeline.
Oh, that's true.
I don't think that book timeline falls in line with previously established timelines in the VNAs.
Well, too fucking bad.
The VNAs are more canon than
Oh, this is like one of the final. This is the final scene ever shot for Doctor Who.
Really?
Very oh.
This scene where they end up dead.
Huh.
Last ever moment of Doctor Who. Or at least the classic run. This is it.
AKA the only good Doctor Who.
Big Finish Doctor Who's pretty good.
Yeah, but you know there are fans who only count the classic series.
Yeah, that's true.
Their name starts with a lore and end with a Miles.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, he hates anything like he got salty at the BBC books because they apparently like they didn't do his version of Faction Paradox.
Oh? Wait, so he doesn't even consider his own books canon?
I think he does, but he's like, they ruined my vision. Because...
Is he on Twitter?
I don't know.
Yes, he's on Twitter. I follow him on Twitter.
Alrighty then. I think I'm gonna go do that.
What, follow him on Twitter?
Yeah.
He posts a lot of political stuff about what's happening in Britain right now. But then again, so does everyone, so who cares?
Lawrence. Yeah, but like, what Doctor Who author doesn't post about?
I just said that.
I wasn't listening to your shit. Sorry.
So, Jacob, any more interesting facts about Ghostlight since we're
Getting close to the end.
yeah.
What is his profile picture?
It is a faction paradox mask.
Got it. Found him. It's the gay looking rabbit thing, right?
Yeah.
Got it.
I like the idea of the evil and hate being like supplanted onto the house.
Did anyone see this tweet from Josh Snares? Pitch, horror survival game featuring the Chumbleys. You must stay behind them in order to not be discovered. God damn it.
Oh no! That's fucked. I forgot about that. He just makes people into soup.
Ooh, this is a fun little game. What are the best 3 consecutive seasons of Doctor Who?
Consecutive?
Mm-hmm. It's actually a really difficult.
Yeah, because no, it's easy. Season 6, season 7, season 8.
No, season 6 is not that good. 6 is not that good.
12, 13, 14?
No, fuck that.
No, because 12 has Cybert Revenge and Santaran Experiment.
And 13 for the most part is weak for me.
13's great.
I enjoy a lot of 13, but it's
13 has Android. The weakest story in 13 is Android Invasion.
What about 1, 2, 3?
3, I wouldn't consider it like the best 3 consecutive, because 3 does there's a kind of a quality drop. Oh wait, how about 10, 11, 12?
I could see that. Or 11, 12, 13. Oh. Okay. I love this ending. Like, the Doctor defeats Light with words.
It's the equivalent of Kirk talking the computer to death, though. Oh yeah, I forgot. This story ends like really suddenly.
Well, because Light's going to be like, I'm going to blow up the world. But you haven't finished your job yet. You can't catalog everything. It's like, oh shit, you're right.
Light's like, I can never finish my job. No! And fucking dies. And the Doctor finds Ace. And they're like, okay, let's leave. And that's it. There's like no end wrap up or anything. They're just like, time to go.
I love the way Light dies, though. Like, you see the makeup becoming slowly, like...
It really is pretty eerie looking.
Again, I will say, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Season 25 and 26 are probably 2 of the best consecutive seasons of Who.
Ooh, is this a valid answer? Season 25, 26, and Series 1.
I was gonna say, that...
that's a pretty valid answer. Or 25, 26, and then the VNAs.
Oh, and then you have Josiah Smith coming with a gun.
Oh, no, I've got it. Best 3 consecutive series of Who. 25, 26, and Time Worm.
And Time Worm?
It fits quite nicely into the McCoy Force story.
But it does. Even with even our adaptations, I was initially going in hoping to do a McCoy length season, and we are doing kind of a McCoy length season.
We overrun by one episode.
Yeah.
But I mean, Revelation is easily a 6-part story. I wouldn't have settled for any less.
I couldn't do that as a 4-parter. There is
and let's be real. I mean, Exodus should have been 5 parts.
But 5 parts is so hard to deal with.
No, it's not. I could have split that up. Episode 3 is 43 minutes.
I mean, fair.
It's way too long.
Well, actually, some Big Finish stories have episodes that hit the over 40-minute mark.
Yeah, I know.
It's just 4 parts long.
I know, but when it so easily could have been split more,
yeah,
it could have worked out just in minute length.
And I guess that kind of works for time for the Cat's Cradle arc that we'll be doing the way we've adapted it. Kind of.
We've split
and up. Now Light looks like Frankenstein.
The Doc? No, he doesn't. He looks like the monster from Frankenstein.
That's what I meant.
Rip Brian. Yeah. Plot twist. That clock right there has been the Master's TARDIS the whole time.
Oh, the whole time.
McCoy's hand gets trapped there. Ainley comes out. New body. At last.
And then he morphs into Alex McQueen.
No. They morph into Eric Roberts.
Wicked.
Well, that was the worst hour and a half of my life.
No, it wasn't. Ghostlight is fucking great.
I'm just being a dick. All right.
It's not that good.
It's pretty good. I like it. Jacob, this is shut up. Jacob, this isn't your favorite TV.
I have no idea what you're saying, Joey. Brian's being too loud.
What's your favorite TV McCoy story?
Yeah, it alternates between this and Fenric, to be honest.
Well, anyway, this
and Remembrance, because Remembrance.
How can this be anyone's favorite McCoy story? How?
It's possible. It's possible. I wouldn't. Because opinions exist.
But Joey.
All right. Well, this is a horrible time. I hate you all. And tell us in the comments how much you want to die now. Goodbye.
Actually do this impression of Kieran's virus in.
Oh God, no.
Oh right, because you cast Kieran fucking Smith in one of your audios.
I picked the greatest time to start this recording. This is totally going at the end.
I don't do the sort of autistic one we do, so. It's not that bad, I promise.
Anyway, I think we should probably get this going.
Alright, hang on. Alright, are you ready?
Yeah.
Alright. Going to, but I was just making sure we're all ready.
I'm gonna get my coffee off this table and drink some of it.
Jacob, you're enjoying yourself way too much in this commentary.
Yeah, no, I'm enjoying this commentary. It's fun.
As is the way of Joey Morgan commentaries, you need to act the entire time like you want to kill yourself.
No, I refuse to do that.
Even during the run.
When we watch Trial of a Time Lord in one sitting.
You will
We're
want
gonna
to
do
kill
it.
yourselves by vervoids. I can guarantee it.
See, here's the thing.
I'll
though.
actually
We're
have the
here's-
razor blade sitting by me
here's-
and be like, Joey, you want one?
Here's the thing, though. We're gonna have Dylan with us, and he'll just be ranting about vervoids the entire time. All right, are
He'll
you ready?
also be like 10 bottles of wine in.
All right, here we go.